The number one thing that I see that can improve in worship teams and worship music all across the nation is the sense of time of the team members. It's usually honestly just horrendous. Sorry to hurt your feelings there, but it's really, really bad. So the number one tip to make the music better is just to lock into solid time. Every single member should have solid time. There's a lot of people who believe that it's the drum player's job to keep time. It's not true. It's your job to keep time. Whoever you are, every member has to keep time just as good as the drummer. So here are some exercises to improve time. Obviously, the first one is just playing to a metronome. So I'm going to play Bless the Lord or 10,000 Reasons or whatever it is. Right on. Okay. You should be able to hit that beat pretty right away when it's just 4 beats down. The second step, I am on an app called bestdrumtrainer.com and I am using the tempo trainer option. And what this wonderful thing does is it drops a measure for you. So I'm going to have 3 measures on, 1 measure off, and I have to stay on with that when that metronome drops out. Pretty straightforward there too. One of the great things this metronome does is it increments the bars off. It's going to do 3 bars on and then 1 bar off, 3 bars on, then 2 bars off, 3 bars on, and then 3 bars off, and so on and so forth. So the goal is to see how many bars you can go off. And I'm just going to go up to 3. I'm not going to waste your guys' time, but here it is. That's not the song. That was 3 bars off. Sometimes it skips that first bar of silence. So what it just did there was 7 bars on, 2 bars off, 3 bars on, 2 bars off, and then 3 bars off, sorry. Okay, so the next step is to cut the beat in half. So I was doing 80 beats per minute. Now I'm going to do 40 beats per minute. There's my click. And the important thing with this exercise is that click is not, okay, I have to turn it back around. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 and 4. 2, 3, 4. This forces you to always feel and internalize the downbeat of every measure. Sped it up a little, so let's try that again. 4. chords. Okay, I was rushing a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard that. But here's the next step, is to cut that beat in half one more time. So I went from 80 to 40, now I'm going to 20. Takes a while to lock into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I went through it a couple times because it took me a while, honestly, to find that beat every time consistently. I was pretty close for most of that, but not till the end was I really locked in there. So going down to one beat, and it's hitting beat 2, if you notice, it's not hitting 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little more difficult. So because we were starting off at 80 beats per minute, going down to just hitting beat 2, that's as far as you need to go. If we're doing a fast song that's like 200 beats per minute, then you can cut it in half one more time. So it's just hitting beat 2 every other bar. So if you did that, let's say you started at 200, then you go down to 100, then you go down to 50, then you go down to 25. And that's just beating beat 2 every other measure. And I can't think of any fast worship songs here, but 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, took me a couple rounds just to lock into that tempo, but you did see that I did get that locked in, beat 2 every other bar. Now, if you're doing that, I don't think you need to go any farther. But make sure, again, it's not just the worship leader, it's not just the drummer, it's not just the bass player. Every team member should have this very solid sense of time, and that's just going to do wonders for the quality of the music in churches across the nation. Now, one quick point. You have songs that you play rubato. That means they're kind of out of time. Something like that, where the time's indefinite and that's an artistic choice. Don't let that throw you. Even in a song that's rubato, start off with really solid time, even in a rubato song, and don't overdo the rubato. That's a big mistake. It just becomes emotionally over the top, it becomes annoying, it becomes wishy-washy. Even in a rubato song where you want some loose time, start with really solid time and use that rubato feeling judiciously. Do not overdo it. That's kind of a sign of someone who's a little more amateur and unprofessional, is they overdo their rubato. I think I have a good recording online. If you look up Aaron Walker, Alleluia, it's on my Menagerie album, sung by Laura Iyengar. I think that's a very good example of rubato done tastefully. Most of that song is in fairly solid time, but we do a little rubato so you get that emotional kind of zing from just kind of being a little out of time. But it's not overdone to the point where it's just like, oh, can we keep on going, please? So I hope this is helpful to everyone. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email.
Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room, I've walked this floor. I